Most have seen a commercial or heard someone lecture about not texting while driving, but most think that something like this could never happen to them. A lot of people will admit to at least picking up the phone, thinking that they will be okay for a few seconds and that they are a good enough driver that they can handle it. It only takes a few seconds for a crash to happen, whether it's your fault or the driver in the lane next to you. You may think that you will be okay, but you are very wrong. I used to be one of those people. I will admit to have texting while driving, but I have seen the effects that it can have on a person and their family. So this topic kind of touches home for me. After an accident of a friend that I did a lot of research, and now know that no matter who you are, your eyes should always be on the road when driving. Most of you listening are in your teens or early adulthood, but even if you're not, this is something that you should know because it could save your life and possibly the life of another person. First, we will look at the deaths that are due to texting and driving, then some statistics, and last, what you can do to prevent texting and driving. First up is the deaths that are due to texting and driving. Did you know that the #1 reason for car crash deaths is texting and driving? Well, according to Do Something's article, 11 Facts About Teen Driving, talking on the cell phone can double the likelihood of an accident, as well as slow a young driver's reaction time down to that of a 7-year-old. If you're just talking on the cell phone doubles it, then think about what it would be for texting. Well, according to Alcohol Problems and Solutions, texting is 23 times more dangerous. This is because it causes you to take not only your mind, but also your eyes off the road. In return, texting while driving will increase the amount of teens getting in accidents. Even if you think you are a really good driver, you may not have had the experience that others may have. But even then, you should not be talking or texting and driving. According to Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, texting will kill 11 teens each day. That in a school like mine could be almost your entire class. Think about that. All your friends dying because they or someone else thought it would be okay for them to text and drive. The death rate for texting and driving are continuously increasing because people don't understand how serious texting and driving really is. Not only does texting and driving cause deaths and teens on the road to go up, but there are also many other statistics that go with texting and driving other than deaths. Most of the statistics for texting and driving are also very high. According to Because Texting and Driving Kills, in 2011, at least 23% of auto collisions involved cell phones. That's 1.3 million crashes. That is almost 1.5 million crashes out of 6 million happening because of texting and driving. This increases every year because the number of people on the road and that own a cell phone increase. Also, 13% of drivers aged 18 to 20 involved in car wrecks admit to texting or talking on their mobile devices at the time of the crash. The most common people killed by texting while driving are teens because they have not experienced the effects that texting and driving have on the person and their family. 5 seconds is the minimal amount of time your attention is taken away from the road when you are texting and driving. So if you're traveling at a 55-mile-per-hour rate, this equals driving the length of a football field with your eyes closed. That is enough time to get in a plenty bad car crash. If you have ever run a football field, you should know that this is a very long distance and gives so much time for all things to go wrong. You also have to remember that when texting while driving, it slows your reaction rate. This will cause more crashes and more deaths. Even though there is a high statistics, there is also a way to lower them. According to Stop the Text, Stop the Wrecks, there are many ways that you can control the urge to text while driving. Have you ever heard someone say, out of sight, out of mind? Well, this can also apply to the road. When you're in your car, put your phone where you can't get it. Put it in a place where it won't even be tempted to look for it. No phone, no texting. When your phone is nowhere to be seen, it will help teens and all drivers focus on the road and not the phone. Maybe you could also designate a texter. Call it borrowing thumbs from a friend, or lend yours to a friend. Passengers get the privilege of texting while in motion. If a text cannot wait, this is best. Also, step you see a friend trying to push the limits and text while driving. Ask if you can text for them. You may save the life, your friend's life, or maybe the life of an innocent bystander. Now that you know some ways to stop texting while driving, you can tell others about what you have learned. Texting and driving is the #1 killer, and statistics will show that. Also, there are things that you can do to prevent the temptation of texting and driving. So next time you see a commercial on texting and driving awareness, I hope you pay closer attention and think about the lives that you have already been lost, and maybe stop the deaths of a few more. Because in the end, is it really worth it?